Folks, Charlie Kirk still exists. Let's watch.
One of the lies about the Founding Fathers is that they were strictly small L libertarians, that they had no sort of commentary or respect for a transcendent moral order. That's just not true. And I'm going to kind of parlay this into fiscal policy, and we can obviously talk about it at a different time when it comes to moral type issues. For example, let me just tell you this. If Alexander Hamilton, Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, or John Adams saw Drag Queen Story Hour, they would mobilize the Minutemen. If Alexander Hamilton, George Washington, or Thomas Jefferson, or John Adams would see what Joe Biden just invited into the White House, they would be displeased. Let's put it that way. And the lies about the Founding Fathers.
Let me get this straight. Okay. So in Charlie Kirk's fantasy world, the Founding Fathers would mobilize a militia to, like, let me get this straight. Men that wear dresses and powdered wigs. Men that wore dresses. They wore dresses, folks. I don't know how else to describe the clothing of the time. Men in dresses and powdered wigs would mobilize a militia to murder drag queens? What? Like, I'm just so confused. Like, I'm so fucking confused. I mean, I'm so confused that I think I need to, like, fucking de-smudgify my glasses because, like, clearly what I'm seeing is not correct. Like, now, again, they did mobilize militias to kill escaped slaves. I mean, that's a thing that exists, you know. They themselves own slaves. I mean, I know Hamilton was a little bit more on the anti-slave side, but, you know, the rest of them, Thomas Jefferson was a serial rapist, for example. But the idea, motherfucker, that first of all, what is he even saying? I really don't know. Like, let's be real. You know what he's saying. You know what he's saying here. What he is saying is basically he's advocating to kill people that are queer. That's what he's advocating for. He is saying, yeah, George Washington would want to kill the queers, so we should too. That's what he's saying. That's his way of going about advocating for mass death and violence. Is this really what these motherfuckers do now? Like, they just, like, go out there and say, yeah, we just want to kill all the trans people, all the queer people, just want to kill them all? Wow. What? People listen to this? Also, what is this, like, idea of doing a show where people, like, look down? It's like, yeah. Hey, everyone. This is Above It All. You know, I would be looking at the camera, but, you know, you know, so, like, what is that? Why do people do that? I don't just, like, what is that? Like, look at him. Like, look at the camera, dude. We're up here. Up, there he goes. There he goes. And he's looking back. Like, is he reading scripts? Like, is it like, oh, what did the Koch brothers tell me to say today? Oh, and so the, and then so, let me go to the next page. And then George Washington, would mobilize the Minutemen and then they would why, like, what is this weird thing where they're afraid to look at the camera? Like, all kinds of these right-wing shows do this, where they're just like, they're doing radio shows or something, but they've got a camera. What's the point of that? Max, folks, There's a dog here. Are you seeing this shit, man? Are you fucking seeing what I'm... I don't know, man. Charlie Kirk is cringe. That's all I know. That is all I fucking know.